Game 1 of a best-of-5 between T1 and VP. GPK on the TA, of course, which isn't uncommon at all. But versus Venomancer, who can just take off that refraction super fast. We'll see some action here. Torrent's going to miss. Whitemon sidestepping it, but there's the blink strike. DM with the right clicks to follow. Save. Looks like he's going to be first-blooded, so T1 gets the better of this exchange.
They did get dumpstered by the Kunkka, so they looks like they have a decent
strike is there with the enchant to slow. Torrent will connect, but DM is in quite a bit of trouble here. No reinforcements on the way. This is going to be yet another kill, this time to 23savage on just going for straight Desolator after he picked up those treads. So that's pretty cool to see. And as we see a Hex in the bot lane, the 3-man gank from VP will be successful onto Zephyr. And you can see that VP is smoking on a couple members here. Karl will be a very big kill if they want to go for him. They can see the courier is on its way. Nightfall jumps in. Karl, there's the Doom coming on, but it's going to cost them the Poison Nova. The Finger is there to finish him off as well, as Nightfall is going to get RP'd in turn. Cuckoo finds that kill himself, so it's a 1-for-1 with Save being the second now in favor of T1. It's a really good turnaround with these TPs.
Just the healing over time, as well as the magic resistance, is enough often to survive through all of the Veno spells.
Yeah, I just hope to God that he goes again for that shard, because that's going to be very, very entertaining. GPK, so much damage right here. See the X marks into the Torrent. That's going to be a freebie onto Whitemon. No point in using it, probably. And yeah, this is going to be a freebie with the Finger of Death charge. Double kill for DM, and we'll see if they can turn this into a Roche, potentially. Deso now onto GPK. And with this 5v3 situation, I mean, this is the beauty of having a Venomancer. You can always put these wards to at least get some vision in the pit. X marks onto Karl, though. Of course, VP know they have the numbers advantage right here. Nice Yules dodging a little bit there, but the boat is coming. Will connect. The follow-up. Yep. Nightfall jumps in, takes the Poison Nova, basically just to him. He's going to try to TP out, but there's the curse to cancel it. And Nightfall's in a lot of trouble here. He's getting beat on by his friend. And of course, that Poison Nova is still applied. Oh, he's going to tick out. I guess that was the Poison Sting on top of it. As Zephyr now getting chased. Look at the damage. Trying to get the side blades, but not going to be in range here.
That VP can do. Other than
a 4-man smoke, a 3-man smoke here from VP. They want to defend this Roshan. DM's getting caught out for now. Spirit Vessel's applied to him. Has the X. Oh, the instant Hex on a Cuckoo. Very nicely done as Whitemon's taking a ton of damage from afar. GPK doing work. Nightfall jumps in. You can see the Global Silence into the Doom, onto the Magnus. And that is going to be the first kill in this fight for VP. A big, big one.
As that's happening, there's no way they can get away with that, which is exactly why VP is smoking.
Yeah, they have smoke. Of course, Global Silence and Doom are down, but they know that Magnus is dead for another 15 seconds, so perhaps they can get a pick off before he respawns.
Zephyr would be a really important kill.
Oh, Zephyr, yep. The instant Hex into the Disabled. The double stun. He actually jumps into it with a PA. 23savage pops the BKB, though, and blows up Save with the coup de grace. Now he's just getting pounded in by TA. Jumped on the other side. We see a Winter's Curse delaying the fight, so 23savage can actually get some damage here. Poison Nova from Karl onto DM, who's now in the trees here, completely surrounded by the PA, getting pounded. A nice cold embrace, but there's the skewer into the double RP from Cuckoo. Shockwave to follow. Double kill on 23savage as T1 are masterful in these fights. 23savage might finally tick down, but it cost them the entirety of VP. Should feel relatively safe. Another 45 seconds for that to come up. Tidal Wave again coming. This is such an annoying spell. Of course, Boat has such a low cooldown. I can spend that basically any point. But we're going to see the Centaur stun start things out. And there's the BKB jumping from 23savage. The death of Kingslayer buys back into the game, though. And now the Boat coming in. Look at these side blades from GPK off of the Plague Wards. Like you said earlier, they might be able to steal this. GPK now in the pit. Whitemon trying to get in there as well. Cuckoo misses the skewer, though. Roshan is snatched. GPK takes it for himself. 23savage now trying to get out, gets Doom, but it's the Lotus Orb Doom. So that has two targets that can't do anything now. All right, Cold Embrace applied to 23savage. Now the Curse applied as well as TA is just beating the crap. That's going to be a dieback onto Kingslayer. Now the chase is onto 23savage, but the Doom has finally run out. And now he's going to jump in and absolutely blow up everybody. GPK does get out the refraction. Finally, the Aegis is popped. Nightfall in the triangle, looks like he's going to be fine, but GPK is completely surrounded. Double kill for 23savage. Well, I was going to say coup de grace, but that wouldn't really make sense. Oh, we're going to have to hold on to that thought here. As Gale will connect on the Nightfall, has to pop his BKB pretty early. Ooh, Lotus Orb. He pumped the Doom, but there's the Winter's Curse. GPK is beating the absolute crap again out of him. There's the Global Science to follow. Nightfall can't get off his Doom in time. Ends up dropping, but there's the RP. It's only going to connect on to one, though. It's Kingslayer getting chased by 23 Savage, who now wants to focus on GPK with the Spirit Vessel applied right now. Arctic Burn as well, so no refraction for you. GPK gets Yules right outside his base, and it looks like he's going to be brought down in the end. Triple kill for 23 Savage. He has entered beast mode. I mean, they played that against the Doom perfectly well. GG is called. Wow. Awesome game.
T1 is looking mega scary, dude.
Than I expected. Like, first couple of waves might be a bit rough with the Magnus. You're playing into Lina, so there's always going to be that harassment coming out from the just either right clicks or LSA. You get close, top lane.
That is first blood. Down goes DM.
We're bringing that Alchemist. We've even seen in the first game, Silencer.
That's
Hero
right.
That was not picked at all during the major.
And I think we saw why. As the Centaur Stomp will be there. Hoof Stomp's going to be canceled, but Laguna Blade finishes off Cuckoo. Because the impetus wasn't quite enough damage, but...
Can he juke this?
No, there's...
I don't think so.
Let's make a bet.
There's a way. Wait a minute.
Wait a second. The spin. Yeah, he finally... I mean, a lot of space created. That took an extra 20 seconds.
Because they're so good. Like, there's a reason why these two teams are...
Oh, Carl!
Right now.
The instant
nice
Yule Scepter. LSA's not going to be there, but the curse is instead. A lot of damage being applied to Whitemon. Trying to get healed, but there's the Bleed Fury to come through. And that is going to be 2 easy kills, even with the RP after the fact. Completely wasted. Carl still ends up dying, and now the impetus damage from Zephyr. He should be able to shake it off with the borrowed time, which he has not skilled yet. Yeah, and for Nightfall side, we talked about the typical build with the Battle Fury, as we're going to see. Yep, Cuckoo able to do a lot of damage. The Stampede's not going to be enough to save, as we're going to have the initiation now onto the Wraith King. Has enough space been created, though. 23 Savage is more than fine. Now the heals come out again.
Not the best execution on the top, because you want to... Like, Abba was the second TP. Instead, it should have been the one who can stop the TP.
Spike. Oh, Finger of Death. Kingslayer is donezo. Hoofstomp's going to be there. As DM's going to recapture this outpost. Nightfall, we've talked about his progression and items. So I talked about whether it be an SNY or a Manta. It is the SNY.
Against Lion makes more sense. You just want to have that status resistance.
Oh, we have the Yules into the LSA. Will connect DM with the Hoof Stomp into the double edge. And that is enough damage to take out Carl. Stampede used as well, but not a whole lot of damage done to 23 Savage. But Zephyr with a little bit of a borrowed time cast there. Keeps him alive.
Blink that on Centaur, ready.
Yep. Oh, Hoof Stomp only onto one, but the right clicks are going to be more than enough. The curse onto the Viper as Wraith King starts a beautiful LSA. My goodness, triple kill for Nightfall. That's the first life for Mr. Wraith King, but something tells me that he will die very shortly. Huge fight from VP. Holy jeez, that was great synergy.
That was beautiful. Instead of, Immortal Bracket, they checked the Arcade or whatever.
That's fine. You got to cater some things to casual players. I mean, that's perfectly fine. We have 4-man smoke on T1.
They got a flicker. Arcane Bracket, they have flicker.
That's true. We have a big skewer into the instant Hex with the Finger of Death, but the Stampede into the Blade Fury. Nightfall will live. So much expended on him. And with the Healing Ward bringing it back, as we see the curse come in as well. Zephyr's gonna pop his ult, but the Lion's gonna be the first to fall. There's the RP finally onto 2, but not a ton of damage to follow with into the skewer. And there's the Omni Slash doing so much work. That's the first life for Wraith King, but Carl takes a tumble. Another Blade Fury, and this is looking very good for VP. Only 1 death in that engagement. They used so much on Nightfall.
And maybe that.
I have glasses. That's the sad part.
Maybe you need new glasses.
Yeah, new glasses for sure. All right, so Fortification is now down as the Lotus Orb is applied, so the double Wraithfire Blast. They're able to get that, and they have the 2 Siege Wagons as well, so see if they can do anything with it. GPK gets the Yules off, dodges the Wraithfire Blast. As a result, gets skewered back in around the tier 3, but the big Winter's Curse canceling the RP, which is still available. Laguna Blade is there, Omni Slash to follow. Carl actually uses it, but really to no avail. Does have buyback. But Wraith King, first life is done. Centaur, Hoof Stomp, not going to connect. That's not a Lincoln Sphere, by the way. It was the Aphotic Shield, just to be clear. Cold Embrace keeping the Enchantress alive for now. Magnus finally buys back into the game. There's another big skewer into the tier 4s. Could they actually kill the Juggernaut? They get Hoof Stomp off there. 23 Savage trying to do as much damage, but this heal, again, Cold Embrace with that talent. The Splinter Blast basically global at this point. Kingslayer finally being taken out, though.
But the Barracks, they will be getting the mega creeps out of this one. That was such a big curse coming out from Winter Wyvern in that fight. Gold necklace.
And he's the weakest. Very sad indeed. DM's going to jump in onto the Wraith King. This is going to be the first life. You can see Magnus on the outline, ready to go if he wants. 23 Savage, the Omni Slash is there. It's going to be basically just on him with the bashes. Laguna Blade is there as well. 95 seconds, no 23 Savage, but the Skewer onto 3 rather, into the fountain.
Beyond this,
it's not really doing anything. T1 is still dying in their own fountain. GG is called. We're going to, well, I guess we were going to a game 3 anyway, but this ensures that we'll at least have a game 4.
VP lineup, I think when they get to the mid game, they have a lot of damage to pump into the Chronosphere. There's a little bit of an advantage from Death Prophet because you just don't have to buy regen, but
time dilation. Yeah, that's a really annoying one to deal with. Zephyr does use his Fairy Fire, but the bash is there from Nightfall.
Yeah, they're taking a huge lead here, so I suppose there's nothing that GPK really needs to do. As he does head back down bot, I think this is a fairly free tower to take.
Chakram with the Whirling Death. We see the Exorcism from GPK if they can get 23 Savage. Oh, the Timber Chain's not going to connect on a tree despite being an entire forest, but the right click and Whirling Death are more than enough. Whitemon, I mean, GPK wasn't even needed here, it feels like, but regardless, he's going to get XP for two of these kills. Yeah, we talked about it before, the fact that Blademail doesn't have that int, the Robe of the Magi anymore as part of that build. Pretty big deal for that hero as DM. Gonna be tanking this up, gets the Vendetta off from Zephyr side. Splitter's not gonna be there because of the curse. Beautiful timing from Kingslayer again, as that is gonna be the death of Zephyr as a result. The coil basically just on the Faceless Void, but Nightfall looks pretty fine overall. It takes the Bushwhack, but just time walks into the tier 1. Just like that, VP with a tier 1 tower again and 2 kills. 7-0. This is starting to look a little yikes from T1. 3K net worth lead for VP is looks like they want to take over the jungle again here, even though they already have this tier 1 tower. And they see Carl in the vicinity, but they also see a Wyvern. So, oh, that was T1 actually picking it up. Okay, that's the first kill for T1. That's exactly what you need.
Too little.
Yeah.
For such a good ability.
Whitemon, Bushwhack not going to connect, save, keeping his distance wisely, but the Diabolic Key to continue to do work. As we see the first Chronosphere of the game, GPK gets the Silence and the Exorcism on top. You can see the Blademail does a lot of work, but obviously in a 3v1 situation, you're not going to be able to do anything about that. Meanwhile, we have the TPs again from VP to try to defend this. Oh, Cuckoo destroyed by DM, and now Zephyr on the run with that Vendetta.
Tips Cuckoo, he's doing his classic, I'm kind of behind on the Shrek, so I'm going to go stand in trees. And
that's true. He's been doing that a lot, as there might be a reciprocal kill here. But no, save, staying alive for now. The Sharpshooter just off range, and this might cost the Puck his life instead. Carl, the Winter's Curse does connect, and that'll provide Kingslayer with the easy kill. He's getting chased, though, so I might have to save that money in the bank. He's going to get Silence, as we see the Bushwhack not connect here, but the Spirit Siphon is there into the Crypt Swarm as well, into the Bashes. In addition, Zephyr does get off his Spike Carapace for now, though. It's DM on the other side, chasing out Cuckoo, but looks like Carl and Zephyr both die on opposite sides here. So VP just in firm control of this game right now. Oh, Blink Hex again from save. Here comes the Timber Chain. This will be a huge kill. Bushwhack again misses. You can see VP kind of doing this in and out game right now. Yeah, that tower being down is... I mean, it's not like they're going up against a Lesh or something that can just quickly take it with a low cooldown thing. You have to commit an Exorcism, because that's pretty much their only tower push right now. But VP on the high ground here, going to break the smoke from Cuckoo. Oh, the Bushwhack is going to miss because of the Yules, but the Split Earth does come in turn, so they find the kill regardless. And now the coil is going to be pretty big. Chronosphere onto 2. We see the Winter Wyvern buy back into the game. The Impale is going to connect on 2 on top of this. Nightfall still with the Aegis, so he's not scared of anything. Cuckoo rounding up the Split Earth, does hit onto 2 in turn, and Nightfall has to time walk back to the tier 2 tower. But DM is going absolute ham. 2 dead for T1. Did cost the buyback from BP, but you can see that T1 is now completely on the run. Time dilation, able to be connected onto Whitemon. He's going to get chased here by the Faceless Void. And you can see here, Mr. Zephyr himself Does get off the Spike Carapace, but they have vision that Crypt Swarm is enough. So 4 for 1. He's actually going for Aghanim Scepter next, which of course we have seen from time to time on these more farmed Hoodwinks. This will be a huge kill for VP. And yeah, this is going to be a super easy one as well. 23 Savage, just wrong place, wrong time. Oh, we're not going to get that because there is a kill coming. Sharpshooter's there. DM pops the BKB, but he's getting very low. Actually drops down, so nicely done from T1, but a big, juicy Impale coming out from the line into the Chronosphere onto 2. And again, just too much farm for T1 to deal with. And okay, the big haunt comes in. 23 Savage pops the Blade Mail, jumping left, right, and center. Finally, he focuses on Nightfall as he has no more illusions to work with.
He got out?
He got back to base? What?
He didn't bash.
Wow.
What are the chances?
I didn't even see him TPing, for God's sake. Was it 5 hits or 2 or 4?
5 hits.
Okay. So not that big of a deal then, is what you're saying.
No, that's a big deal.
Cuckoo gets the split art, Illusory Orb to follow, trying to create as much space as possible as the Aegis is not going to be taken. The stun comes out, it's snatched by Save himself. He's going to pop. That's not even a BKB, that is the shard as 23 Savage has the Spectral Dagger away. Barely gets out with his life. Zephyr stuck inside this freaking ult from Timbersaw, just too much damage to deal with. Double kill for Nightfall. So,
you know, the ridiculous thing too about that.
Oh no, it is on the reverse time lock. Okay.
The timing of that is like, you're playing against a haunt. How do you blink in and steal the Aegis from 2 heroes?
Yeah, that's pretty dirty play right there. Zephyr inside the trees, but they see him, and yeah, he's going to be brought down. I mean, Timbersaw's such a good hero against Nyx Assassin, especially when you have the silence from DP on top of it. And this is going to be a full set of racks in the bot. Probably go to the mid lane now while this Exorcism is still up. All right, Chronosphere onto 2. He's going to focus on the Hoodwink while Mr. GPK focuses on the Lesh. That's 2 quick kills, both buybacks though, as we see the Haunt come out with the Blade Mail, trying to apply as much pressure. Finally gets that Winter Wyvern, but now 23 Savage on the run. No bashes needed this time as Nightfall jumps right in, dodges the Whitemon Sharpshooter. Impale's going to connect from Zephyr on the sideline, but Whitemon will fall regardless. And they have a sentry in the vicinity. Zephyr now on the run. Bash, first hit this time. Karma, full team wipe. VP, GG's call. This was a bit of a shellacking.
This time around, they have Lina, Enchantress, plus a Disruptor. Very burstable heroes.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool storylines, though. I mean, the fact that DM is playing Kunkka, which that first game that we saw is, I mean, that's a game for the ages, honestly. One of the coolest. If you guys haven't seen that game, go check out the VOD. As we can see, Cuckoo, again, getting pressured here. Photic Shield this time onto Nightfall, so this should surely be first blood. And for VP. Yeah, I think it was basically, it was the last game or the game before where it was a minute and a half earlier than this, but it's still very early for this Tier 1 towers. We're going to see Viper Strike, so Carl will get
They really
first kill.
showed the Bambi, who the boss is. What about Echo Saber after Radiance?
Yeah,
I think it's some Radiance into Manta style feels really good.
Yeah,
a lot of
also very
spells to dispel. Even though you have a built-in Dispel, Warlock. Yeah, there we go. Kingslayer.
It's like
one more time.
Once these phase boots came online for Nightfall, it's just no getting away from it anymore, especially with just a +1 there. And like obviously you talked about South America being relatively common, but basically nowhere else is LSA. Okay, no Laguna Blade this time. Zephyr's gonna set it up with the Spike Carapace into the Impale. DM not quite in range for the X. He's gonna take the Viper Strike instead, but now the LSA onto the Viper into the boat as well. Carl getting pressured big time. Save is there as well. Shard build, but it's not really going to come online until the 20-minute mark, but it seems to be close. Actually, no, he's going to be a little bit late on that. It might be like 23 minutes. Whitemon getting caught out here to start things out. Carl applying the pressure with the break and the Nether Toxin. Really not going to do that much, though, as the Radiant's just going to work here. Glimpse back onto Cuckoo. Now going for him alone. Zephyr taking some damage from Save in the meantime, but we're going to lose the Disruptor, so it's a 1-for-1 to start this fight. And GPK kind of stuck in the trees here. He's going to get called. Carl, nice heal from the Infest into the chop before the borrowed time actually comes through. GPK still with the BKB. And another kill for Cuckoo. So who cares about this shard build as long as you could chop kids down? That went through the borrowed time. Very nicely done. Sometimes the time that you can get away with it, right?
Yes.
But then you learn.
Abba's talents are extremely good for a carry. You get 8 strength, you get 65 damage.
Yeah, Zephyr going to be glimpsed out, or to use the Spike Carapace, so the LSA into the right clicks are more than enough. 3 minutes left on the Aegis for Nightfall, so we'll see if they want to get into a fight here. Oh, GPK is going to find somebody.
Can he dodge it?
Oh, but a big chaotic offering onto 3 behind him, but the Static Storm to follow. Laguna Blade, the Infest to try to heal. Boat is coming in, gets the Manta off, but The LSA connects again, and Cuckoo will take a tumble. Big kill for VP. And now the glimpse back from 23 Savage has already used his rage, but gonna get silenced here if he's not careful. A nice big impale there from the Nyx Assassin, but they will be able to clean up 23 Savage. In fact, it's saved to get the kill of all heroes. Kingslayer in the corner. Carl pops the BKB, just gonna right-click, contently getting that double kill for himself. So it's a 2 for 2 in the end as GPK also died. Nether Toxin though, yeah, glimpse back. That wasn't the glimpse, actually, that was the X.
That was the X mark.
So 3 for 2. This is one of the best Ags in the game. The fact that they've actually nerfed it time and time again, but they've kept them muted of the items as, speaking of which, yeah, Kingslayer's dead. BKB TP. All right, Torrent will connect onto Zephyr though, so they'll at least get a support trade. Oh, DM might be the target here. They don't have vision though. Cuckoo, oh, he's gonna find Lina, but the big Yules just in time, but the Chaotic Offering to follow to get that tidal wave off, but the choppity chop is enough for GPK to find his way to the grave. Does have buyback, will expend it. Nightfall. Still with that Radiance, his DM is just getting kited from afar. You can see the Static Storm kinetic field just to try to separate this fight a bit. But look at this Abaddon.
Oh,
pops that Manta style. Big call onto 3. This will be a dieback onto GPK. And VP are crumbling. T1 lose their axe, but that's about it for now. But look at Save. He's doing a ton of damage with that impetus. Carl drops from afar. But now he has to worry about 23 Savage. Historically speaking, pretty good against the Enchantress. Pops the Rage to dispel that glimpse. And now the right clicks have cometh into the Impale, and another kill for 23 Savage. Great fight from T1. Ooh, Cuckoo runs right into him. Battle Hunger's off. He doesn't have any damage really to kill him, so just trying to buy time and prevent a TP potentially.
There is attack speed. Here. Let's see how it matches Enchantress.
Yeah,
untouchable.
I don't know about that one. As Zephyr,
he's trying.
Yeah, DM is super dead. Just finds the. Oh, all right.
That's after Vipers showed up.
Yeah. And this is the fight for VP. This is the fight they absolutely have to win. They find Zephyr. It's going to take a while to... Yeah, they already have Rosh. So can they even kill Zephyr is the question. Static Storm is there, but the Infest comes off with that BKB or the Rage already activated beforehand.
Still alive.
Yeah, he's absolutely alive. Gets 4 staff to the low ground. And with that, Nightfall is just going to get completely surrounded. Cuckoo and company going to have no issue chopping him down. Yeah, see the Torrent defense potential here. Zephyr not burrowed, so he's not getting that damage reduction, but there he goes inside the ground where he belongs. Cuckoo jumps in. Boom! GPK is gone. Just like that. Does have buyback, though. Will expend it.
1, 2, 3 buybacks.
Yep, Nightfall getting pressured now by the Lifestealer. LSA is not going to connect. You can see the tidal wave come through as well. The Impale from global range, that might have something to do with it, though. That's a pretty good counter, I think. Nightfall gets off the Aphotic Shield. They had to give him the second rack at the very least, but 23 Savage right-clicking with that Ghoul Frenzy. Nightfall pops the BKB. You can see Whitemon gets off that Chaotic Offering with that Refresher Shard. Static Storm is applied, but really nobody of use inside here. And they're just back in the fountain. The Infest again used to heal. GPK pops the BKB. Save.
Fountain is their player strength. They need to like glimpse or X mark into tidal wave.
Oh, they got the Viper thanks to the Echo Saber. The slow is huge, Lacoste. Don't forget the Echo Saber. Kingslayer gets out with just a sliver of HP. The Laguna Blade finally takes care of this Aegis. Okay. Now the LSA is going to not hit, but the Basher is there. Savage does have the Infest in 20 seconds. GPK gets found by Zephyr, and back in the ground he goes. Echo Saber going to work again with the Illusions. They'll find another support hero, but double buyback, make it a triple buyback from T1. 23 Savage is left all alone right now. The Echo Saber, it's working, but a big call from the other side into the choppity chop. 23 Savage gets yet another kill for himself. He is healing up to a high degree. GGs are called. The Echo Saber would have been enough. Look at that. Game 5, man. Yeah.
This is what we expected. Now we have the last pick, Broodmother.
Yes.
By no means a free Broodmother game. Timbersaw, good game counter. You can kill all the spiders, lane against the Brood quite easily.
Yep.
And I do like Wraith King plus a nuker against Brood in lane. Typical melee owner, and Brood is a typical melee hero.
Oh, Cuckoo. Wraithfire Blast into the Fortune's End. Split Earth not able to connect, but the Timber Chain on the other side. That's going to be first blood going to GPK. The Broodmother already falling, Jenkins.
I think any lane that Timber goes to, he's going to have an advantage, even against Lesh.
Zephyr with a very uncharacteristic miss on the Impale. Ends up paying the price with the Cold Snap EMP combo.
We were all thinking with the last pick Brood, what do you do to deal with this hero? But
What do you do against Timbersaw? Oh, this might be it, though. Yep, we see the Lesh coming with that Chronosphere set up into the Split Earth. Enough magic damage, and that is a huge kill for T1. They desperately needed it.
If you don't lose the ult, and also in the late game, the ult is on such a low cooldown. Oh, okay, Kuko makes a rotation.
GK, yeah, see the spiraling doing so much damage. Face Edict not enough, and now the Impale from Zephyr into the Split Earth. So a nice turnaround here for T1. And we're gonna see a smoke here from VP. But yeah, we typically see the pipe as a first item, like I was talking about. Solar Crest as well, but just switching it up just slightly. We've seen some Greaves, of course, in the past. In addition, as Cuckoo, with all his spiders, going to be potentially ganked here. Trying to micro them to a high degree. GPK in the vicinity. Tornado misses, though. Hits a couple of creeps, and that's about it. But a big stun from Zephyr onto 2. And now VP are on the run. Kingslayer just drops of his own accord. Cuckoo, not mincing words here. Looks like the pressure's going to be applied again, but the Ice Wall is connected here. Slow progress is a Chronosphere on all 3 on the outer edges, but what is the follow-up? Buyback onto the Oracle now. The bash is online, so Save takes a tumble. Carl, in the meantime, taking some damage from the Chakram. We see the Sunstrike coming, but it's not going to connect on anybody as Nightfall has come to play as well. Tornado will hit the Leshrac. Trying to save him with Cuckoo here on the sideline. DM, you can see, taking some right-click damage, but as we see the Radiance now online at the 13.5-minute mark. So Nightfall still with that second life, but...
How is nobody dead? What's happening?
Well, Lion did die. That counts as somebody.
Wow.
Doesn't have a ton of mana to work with, and Nightfall still only with that level 1 ult, but running in. Gets that Wraithfire Blast, but it's going to be dispelled there by the Vendetta, or dodged, I should say. But Broodmother, on the other hand, is going to get bursted down between the Chakram and the Finger of Death. Chrono into whatever else that we talked about. But it does take some execution. We have some TPs down here. Cataclysm a little bit early. Not really going to hit anybody. The Chaotic Offering is only going to hit 1 because of the Yule Step on the save. And now the Chakram comes out. Nightfall in the midst of things. Oh, a big whirling death into the Timber Chain. Blows up 2 instantly on T1 side. And now they are on the run. DM opening up a can of whoop-ass on this Timbersaw. And that'll continue onto Whitemon. Wraithfire Blast applies and crits him down to the ground. Holy Jesus, DM. That felt good for me just watching it. First item, brown boots.
Okay, now you need the shard.
Yeah, we have a 9-man smoke overall. Nightfall the only one. Of course, he has that second life to work with. Zephyr burrowed up. No vision showing him right now, but double impale. All right, into the Chaotic Offering. They're using most of their resources onto Save, who's already only at half HP. And here comes the Cataclysm. Leshrac gets the Yule's off to save himself. The Chronosphere is going to clip 2, and it's the 2 supports. Very important to kill that Oracle, but both will buy back into the game. Now Carl trying to get out of this, but looks like he's going to fall here, but a nice Split Earth comes out. Ends up saving him in the end, and VP have to run, despite Zephyr being completely out of mana. Of course, there is some capability from T1 side to jump in and try to steal this. As Zephyr's going to be spotted out. There's the Dust. Chakram to follow. So much damage reduction. Finger of Death still not enough. He's healing so much right now. While Burrow, 23 Savage, trying to focus on GPK, but he's going to get out, it looks like. Zephyr is still alive. Chakram, Spike Carapace. Eventually, nope. Okay, DM running out of mana now. They're doing a great job of protecting Zephyr between the heals that he gets inherently with that Burrow and the Shadow Word. Yeah, they just don't do it fast enough, but this is looking a lot like game, was it 1? Where we had a little bit of a stall here as we see the side cam onto Zephyr. Very important. Impale is going to connect. All right, the Mana Burn doing quite a bit. Nightfall going to get purged off. And he's ready to go back in again. Keep an eye on those polygons on the bottom of your screen as Roshan's getting quite low.
Let's see if
Cuckoo can go in and out of the pit, no problem. It's another aspect that we didn't really talk about. Splitter's going to connect again. This time they're going to go on save. BKB popped by 23 Savage. That is going to be enough to take out the support, and they know he does not have buyback. And now the pressure being applied to the Wraith King. He's going to go down, but that is the first life. I believe he does have Shard. Chronosphere just to ensure that they get this Roshan. Looks like Savage gets the snatch, so the actual Roshan ended up going to VP, but the Chaotic Offering now used in retreat here as VP attempting to get out. Deafening Blast applied there, but Nightfall completely surrounded and will finally be brought down. Didn't even have his Radiance on, by the way.
The issue. If they can get Lion on top of somebody where he doesn't just immediately die, then it's going to be a lot of damage.
Onto Nightfall. Zephyr not going to be able to hit the Impale there, but you can see the army of spiders are here. And the mana burn, again, not going to really matter too much in terms of the second life for Nightfall because of the shard, but still pretty annoying that he can't stun anybody.
Zephyr is taking literally 0 damage.
I mean, it's percentage heal versus percentage damage. Which wins in the end?
Oh,
Cataclysm combo, it's a double! It's not even that much damage though now. 23 Savage gets off the Chronosphere. Gonna focus on the Invoker, but there's the false promise that you talked about. Trying to do the damage through that with the Impale to follow. The burrowed Nyx is available still, getting those burrows or the stuns constantly as we have the Chakram. Nice Impale again from Zephyr, saving his teammate, but it looks like the Lesh will finally be bursted down. Chaotic Offering was never used. They actually took out the Warlock immediately as Save getting right-click now with Cuckoo's ult as well, and Kingslayer in the trees. Double kill for Cuckoo.
Radiance.
This last few minutes.
Yeah,
So
mostly the...
P1 is in control right now. Oh man, the Vendetta with 23 Savage applying some right clicks. Time dilation, a bash again, DM. Timber chains to safety, but Cuckoo's here as well. So it looks like it's going to be the death of him. He has the flamethrower. Annoying to deal with, but not annoying enough.
As a greedy carry player, he will never be caught dead buying that himself.
Yeah, of course. Oh, GPK actually pops his refresher, or we see the Cataclysm come online.
The creeps.
The Meteor is there with the Spike Carapace, and yikers. Well, who knew that
Broodmother's
Broodmother
counter.
would counter?
That's so strange.
That is such a random thing, as T1 very close to winning this tournament in this best of 5, game 5. They get that mid racks. Invoker's dead for 45 seconds, so this, I would think, is minimum 2 racks. Of course, the tier 2 still up top in that bottom lane.
Oh, triple chrono.
3 heroes. Save takes a tumble, big Impale, only connecting on one, maybe not so big after all, but there's the save onto DM. He can go back to base, but now the pressure is onto the Wraith King. That is the first life to come, but 23 Savage wants to go for the support, doesn't get into the fountain though. Completely surrounding Wraith King. 3 dead, T1. And they're just gonna focus on the buildings, of course, with this Diabolic Edict. 60 seconds of no Wraith King. He's just gonna walk right in. Oh, he gets Hex though. Has to be careful. Cataclysm to follow, but a nice Yule Scepter. Who used that Yule Scepter, actually? What? That's a Wind Waker. Are you serious? I was gonna say, we finally get to see it as this tier 4 tower looked to be falling. You see the Time Walk reverse from 23 Savage, and it looks like T1 are going to be taking this game before Wraith King can even respawn. T1 looking so good. Another Cataclysm, but that one actually did decent damage, but it is over. T1 are your ESL 1 Summer 2021 Grand Champions.